Greetings and salutations. Welcome to the weird world of Dr. Diablo, episode 7. And so far in this series, you've seen the bizarre, the strange, and the unusual. But for this episode, would you like to see something really strange? You would? Good. Would you like to see me make my own head shrink? Yes? You sickos. Well, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to make my own head completely shrink. And for that, I need a special thingy. Here it is over here. Now this is my hypno disc. And here's what you've got to do. In a moment, I'm going to spin the disc like this for 25 seconds. When that disc is spinning, everybody stare right into the center of the disc. Watch as it forms a tunnel. Watch as it draws your eyes in. Whatever you do, don't look away. If you look away before the end, it's not going to work for you. Blink if you have to, but don't look away. At the end of the 25 seconds, I'll tell you to look away. Now when I tell you to look away, you look from here, straight over to the end of my nose. If you've done it right, you should see my head shrink. It's really weird. Now I do recommend watching this on a larger screen, so if you can do that, transfer over to it now, because in a moment we're going to spin the disc. Are you ready? Don't look away, look at the center of the disc. Here we go, watch this. Okay, look at my head now. Did you see it? Weird, wasn't it? Well, you know, I sense there's a couple of people out there it didn't work for. So we're going to give it another go. This time though, would you like to see my head blow up like a balloon? You would? You are twisted, aren't you? You're my kind of crowd. We're going to do the same thing again, but this time we're going to spin it backwards, in reverse. Same rules though, when the disc is spinning, stare right at the center, don't look away. At the end of the 25 seconds, when I tell you to look away, you look from here to the end of my nose, the head will blow up like a balloon. Are you ready? Okay, look right at the center of the disc, don't look away till I tell you. Here we go. Okay, look at my head now. Weird, huh? Did you see it blow up like a balloon? Strange stuff. Yes. Did you like that? Good. Oh, by the way, gentlemen, the answer to the question you're all thinking is yes. It does work in bed. Well, you just watched me make my own head shrink. Well, if you thought that was strange, stay tuned. You're going to see something genuinely strange and unusual. A true bizarre curiosity. And here it is. A shrunken human head. Before the days of sporting trophies, there were trophy heads, and this is a genuine shrunken human head from Ecuador, known as a sansa. Shrinking heads was particular to the Jivaro people, including the Shwa tribe. Now, there were many reasons for shrinking severed heads, which were usually taken in raids from rival tribes. This ritual process would prevent the spirit of the murdered individual from coming back and taking revenge on its killer. The shrinker would also have power and control over the captured spirit still held in the head. There were also warnings to the enemies of the tribe, as well as trophies of victories. So, how do you shrink a human head? Well, first, the warrior would kill the victim, sever the head, and run away, leaving the body, just taking the head with him. When he got to a safe distance, he'd then use a sharp knife to cut the skin from the back of the neck up to the top of the cranium. The skin was then peeled away from the skull, which was discarded. The inside-out skin was then scraped clean using another sharp knife. Any fatty tissue or flesh still remaining was scraped away. The skin was turned back, and then jungle plant fibres were used to sew up the back of the head and sew up the lips. A wooden ball was placed inside the skin to help keep the shape while the shrinking process went on. The first thing that would happen was the head would be placed inside a boiling liquid containing magical herbs from the jungle, usually containing some sort of tannin. After this, it would be taken out and dried, the wooden ball would be removed, and hot pebbles and stones would be placed inside the head and rolled around. This would reduce the shrunken head further. When it got so small that pebbles and stones couldn't be used, hot sand was placed inside as well. All this time, while the hot stones and the hot sand were rolled around inside the head, and it was shrinking, there would be ritual chants, and also the Jivaro warrior would be using his fingers to shape the head and try and keep some of the features in shape. Once this had got down to about the size of a fist, then ash was smeared on the skin, and the sansa was smoked in smoke from a fire. The final thing was to then decorate it. This was usually used with feathers, pieces of bamboo, and sometimes even a cord would be attached so that the shrunken head could be worn around the neck of the warrior. Only then could this be called a true sansa. Now actually, these things weren't meant to be kept permanently. Some people think that they were just temporary things to be kept and used, and then they were thrown away. They were given to the dogs to chew, they were given to children in the tribe to play with, or they were thrown away in the river. A truly rare item. Well, thank you once again for watching this episode of The Weird World of Dr. Diablo. Don't forget to stay tuned for our next episode for your weekly dose of the strange, the weird, the odd, the bizarre and the unusual. So, for me, Dr. Diablo, may the weird be with you, and we'll see you next time.